The dawning of April was met with an air of novelty, another leaf unturned in the pages of my career. My professionalism was about to receive a significant boost with the onset of a collaborative venture in the realm of VR design. Meeting my new partners for the first time, I was filled with a sense of respect for their shared passion for innovation and nuance. Each brainstorming session, each animated conversation marked our ambition of introducing groundbreaking ideas to the digital world. Weeks snowballed into sleepless nights, but my resolve remained steady, unyielding to the exhaustion. I was fueled by the relentless pursuit of eccentricity, the desire to create something unparalleled in the expansive realm of VR technologies. Each concept that we mulled over and refined seemed not just a fragment of our collective knowledge, but also a reflection of our individual creative identities. My mind swarmed with a whirlpool of ideas, each more audacious than the last, reshaping and refining them into a creation that would eventually manifest on the digital canvas. These moments of conception weren't simply an exertion of my creative and intellectual abilities, but a test of endurance in itself. Sleepless nights may have cast a shadow of fatigue, but the passionate flame within me flickered brighter, feeding off my relentless spirit and unwavering enthusiasm. Between discussions of line thickness and color palettes, the intensity kicked up several notches, encouraging me to delve deeper into my reservoir of creativity. At these crossroads of creativity and exhaustion, my resilience became my strongest asset, guiding me along the bumpy terrain of this imaginative journey. As the early hours of morning etched into the skyline, I would often find myself marveling at the monumental task that lay ahead and the incredible path traversed thus far. The once daunting challenge of establishing a solid ground in the digital art world now filled me with a sense of accomplishment. A realization began to dawn upon me. This wasn't simply an advancement in my career or a stepping stone to greater opportunities. No, it was more, much more. It was an intricate tapestry woven from threads of commitment, curiosity, and creativity. It was the embodiment of long-drawn battles fought against self-doubt. It was countless nights spent perfecting the curve of a digital line or balancing the values of a pixelated color. It was the essence of resilience embodied in each design, overcome with countless iterations. More palpably, it was manifestation of silent victories celebrated in the privacy of my workspace, amidst paints and palettes that bore the brunt of my creative spells. From the first day at NYU to the fresh dawn of a collaborative venture, every step, stumble, rise, and fall led me here. To a point in life where challenges brought excitement, not dread. Where the promise of tomorrow was another canvas waiting to be painted. I was not just a digital artist weaving magic with pixels, or a streamer who brought joy to her followers. I was Amy, an explorer charting her own path in an ever-evolving digital cosmos, fueled by inklings of curiosity, propelled by the power of both my creativity and resilience. Indeed, this was far more than merely a restless night laden with conceptualization. It was a testament to the journey I embarked upon years ago, the culmination of trials weathered, dreams nurtured, and aspirations realized. My craft wasn't just my occupation, it was my purpose, my identity. As the city began to awaken, the golden hues of dawn playfully reflected off my laptop, reinforcing my resolve. With a determined spirit and a dream to chase, I embraced the immersion of another day, ready to disrupt the monotony with strokes of creative brilliance, one pixel at a time. As the year progressed, the universe conspired to shake things up once again in my life, this time with an unexpected curveball. I got approached by an online gaming magazine for an interview based on my unlikely journey. Here I was, Amy Lai, simply doing what I adore, and unexpectedly gaining recognition that had previously seemed far beyond my reach. Preparation for the interview saw frantic bouts of excitement sprinkled with a dash of anxious rambling, questioning, brainstorming, and a flood of retrospection of my journey. I spent hours trying to articulate how exciting it was to be a digital artist and Twitch streamer, juggling intricate color palettes on one hand and chat handles of my growing fandom on the other. But crafting a narrative that could convey the intertwined complexities and victories of my journey was an effort-filled endeavor. Accompanied by countless rehearsed responses, worries about technical lingo being too overwhelming for non-techie readers, and the persistent nag to just be myself, interview day finally dawned. Under the glaring spotlight of collective recognition, I traced my trajectory from the vibrant lanes of NYC to the digital landscapes that dominated my present. During the interview, I found myself laughing at the simpler times when my biggest concern was a dull palette or a pixel out of place, in stark contrast to the more elaborate concerns today, such as glitch-free streaming or VR user experience. I waded through stories of late-night gaming marathons, spur-of-the-moment streaming decisions, and the relentless pursuit of perfecting the art of creating immersive VR environments. The questions sparked a volley of bittersweet memories, those of lost nights and victories, of finding solace in the company of controllers, consoles, and the ethereal world of virtual reality. But as I weaved through these anecdotes, the essence of my journey shone through, that of resilience and ceaseless passion. I've had my share of trials and tribulations, but every setback, every stumbled step served as a stepping stone towards refining my abilities, both as a digital artist and as an individual. I delved deeper into the conversation, shedding light on how gaming wasn't just a form of entertainment, but a platform that nurtured boundless creativity, bridged connections, and enabled talent to thrive beyond physical boundaries. It was incredible how this passion I had nurtured since childhood transformed into something so much more, a career, a way of life. As the session drew to a close, I realized that the interview wasn't merely aimed at giving the world a glimpse into my life. It was, in essence, a tribute to hard work and perseverance, a beacon of light for young, aspiring digital artists navigating their way in an ever-evolving industry. After all, as they say, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, and this was just the beginning of mine in this technicolor world of digital artistry. Sure, there will be highs and lows, but my joy in creation, my thrill in innovation will be the guiding star. Fresh off the high I experienced from the interview, I was once again flung into the fast-paced whirlwind of my professional life. As soon as word of my public exposure started making the rounds, the seemingly endless landscape of opportunities opened up, capturing my imagination and spurring me onward. Among the numerous prospects that came my way, one in particular piqued my interest. A collaborative VR game development project sparked to life through whispered words in the vibrant digital landscape. I was more than excited at the opportunity to further flex my creative muscles in a different medium. My work partner for this venture was Liam, a fellow digital artist who, like me, was eager to make his mark in this expansive universe of colors and pixels. I regarded him as both a comrade in arms navigating the trenches of the digital art world, and as a mentor who had his own brand of genius to contribute. Building a dynamic world of immersive gameplay from scratch was a task both titanic and downright exhilarating. Late into the night, my apartment turned into a universe of its own. A galaxy of creativity and innovations basked under the gentle glow of the screen. It was here that Liam and I found ourselves, outlining blueprints of an imagined world on the digital canvas under the flickering lamplight. Tools scattered haphazardly, coffee cups teetering on the brink of overflow, we were fueled by the sheer intensity of our collective imagination and our relentless pursuit of perfection. Looking back on those nights, I remember how technology seemed to breathe and pulsate around us in perfect rhythm, in sync with our heartbeat as if attuning to our creative flow. I was aware of the demanding nature of what we were attempting to do, but within the charged atmosphere of artistic vigor and a shared hunger to push the envelope further, I found myself not just coping, but thriving. My body clad in sleek VR gear, my eyes closed off to the physical world, I delved into the very foundation of what we were building. The game, still in its bare bones, echoed my silent commands. The fruits of our imagination coming alive, pixel by pixel, line by line. My senses attuned to the rhythm of code, the hum of circuitry, the seamless transition between what's rendered and what's yet to be created. In those moments caught between the pulsating realities, the rudimentary challenge of making art took on a new dynamic, one that transformed norms and shattered constructs. I was in an embryonic reality, pulling cords and pushing boundaries, lost yet absolutely found in the realms of the virtual. As the lines of code multiplied and our ideas took shape, the countless hours of labor started to bear fruit. Stress and exhaustion were omnipresent, contrasting starkly with the invigoration of seeing it come together. But amid the highs and lows of this elaborate dance between ideation and execution, I found what I hadn't even realized I'd been looking for: a reaffirmation of my unwavering belief in the transformative power of digital art, its ability to bridge the gap between ideation and reality, its potential to be a realm of endless, vibrant possibilities, brimming with opportunity for both creators and users alike. And it was this transformative power I was determined to harness, come what may. This project was shaping up to be not just a testament to my resolve, but also to my evolving journey as a creative professional. I found myself taking a few steps deeper into the ocean of innovation that is digital artistry, conscious of the challenges that lay ahead, but willing, time and again, to dive into the eye of the storm in pursuit of my visions. While carrying forth the momentum of my collaborative project with Liam, I found myself chasing a multitude of tasks simultaneously. One evening, as I was busily trying to sort out the mounting details of the game development, my Twitch community started flooding in, ready for the scheduled live stream. No sooner had I got myself set up than I found myself staring at a frozen screen, a technical hiccup effectively halting my stream in its tracks. Thousands of eyes watched on the other side of their screens, perched in anticipation for a viewer experience I prided myself in always providing. But the glitch just seemed to smirk back at me, a digital impasse that was currently my reality. In the face of adversity, I could feel my pulse accelerate slightly. With the resilience I had cultivated from years of challenging projects and intricate problem-solving, a sense of calmness washed over me. I welcomed the glitch as an old friend, another challenge to be tackled with the same unruffled demeanor and grit that had defined me in the past. It was, after all, just another pixel within the broad sketch of my life as a digital professional. My heart pounded as I scurried to trace the error, my fingers dancing on the keyboard in a symphony of tech whistleblowing. Swift variants of green matrix-esque scrolling lines filled my vision, and I purged the streaming software of its glitch-infused shackles. The unfamiliarity of carrying out debugging in a live setting, under the watchful gaze of my followers, provided an adrenaline rush different from the orchestrated coordination of game development. A sigh of relief and a triumphant, "Yes!" echoed through my apartment as the live stream sprang back to life and my frozen digital avatar blinked back into motion. Apologizing for the hiccup to my eagerly waiting viewers, I blithely forged on, brushing off the sudden interruption as just another day in the streaming world. As I navigated through a backdrop of mythical landscapes, devastating foes with virtual weapons and flashing my signature witticisms, the glitch became a memory, dissolving into the shared enjoyment and seamless interaction that followed. It became a testament to my ability to remain composed under pressure, showing my followers that, like in any adventure, hiccups are part of the journey. This anomaly became a triumph in its truest sense. Not because it was a formidable boss defeated or a grand quest completed, but because it represented something deeper, the resiliency that defines not just my work, my streams, but me. It was a small glitch to any onlooker, but for me it became a triumph of resilience, an unplanned highlight in my bustling schedule. Yes, I had taken the glitch head-on, but in the process, I had also shown my followers the unfeathered, uncensored side of my VR journey, including its little hiccups along the way. Following the successful handling of the unforeseen technical glitch during my live streaming session, I dove headlong into the enchanting world of game development and streaming. The back-to-back projects and my commitment to delivering top-notch streaming content to my followers demanded an unprecedented level of energy and time. As a digital river of ideas again coursed through me, I found myself swimming upstream, tirelessly working to create encapsulating VR environments that would seamlessly merge with the narratives of my games. I was constantly conceptualizing, designing, and coding, my days a blur of fast-paced and agile creativity. But as I plowed through day after day of projects, I could feel an increasing sense of fatigue creeping in. A kiss of cold metallic exhaustion would often touch my temple, as my sleep-deprived eyes would burn from hours of staring into screens, meticulously tweaking every last detail to reach my visualization's perfection. Yet my perfectionistic tendencies and the fast-evolving nature of the industry meant there was very little room for me to slow down. There was this rush of thoughts gnawing at the back of my mind, the fear of lagging or losing relevance in the competitive digital arts industry that pulsed relentlessly and rapidly, ever changing as if channeling the flux within the digital realm itself. In those moments when it got overwhelming, I found myself standing in front of my apartment window, gazing at the city lights that mirrored my constant state of action and movement. Late nights turned into early mornings, time coalescing into a boundless blur, nodding and unknodding at various points, echoing the sometimes overwhelming nature of my fast-paced career. Don't get me wrong, there was an addicting, thrilling exhilaration in this tech-induced manic blur, the kind that rewards you with bursts of accomplishments. Seeing your virtual environments turning into a paradise for gamers, bringing unimaginable realms to life and hitting viewer peaks on Twitch brought unparalleled joy. But the constant pressure to innovate and outperform, coupled with several consecutive projects, was beginning to take a toll on me. I could feel it in the dwindling flickers of my energy field, in the sighs that escaped my lips a bit too often, the call of my bed too tempting, the allure of a meal not gulped down in front of my workstation too inviting. I started to recognize this rapid decline, the high-speed collision course my body and mind were set on. Something had to give. And with this realization, I began to acknowledge something many lose sight of in this fast-paced digital era, that taking care of oneself is not just about ensuring progress, but is essential for sustaining it. In the digital world where one commonly confuses motion for progress, sometimes sitting still and introspecting is the actual progress. However reluctant I was, I knew I needed to slow down, to recharge, to restore, to recalibrate, for my own good and the consistency of my work. Coming to the end of September, I made a little vow to myself. I needed to recharge, to rest and rekindle the passion that had felt so familiar. I decided to take a week off from the intense life of constant projects and stream sessions that I had been living. My room was filled with the hum of the computer, the only sounds I had heard as of late. The oasis of creative energy that it once represented began to wane under the pressure of clocking toward deadlines. I could almost hear the silence when I shut down my workstation, a symphony of solitude ringing in my ears. Suddenly, I had time. Time I hadn't had for so long, and it felt alien. I had time to breathe, relax, let my hair down after months of what felt like nonstop running. Just waking up without immediately leaning into my desk chair and pulling up my design software was a breath of fresh air. Surprisingly, my hands that often twitched with a thirst for a keyboard and mouse relaxed as I allowed myself to disconnect from my digital universe. I found solace in the quiet, the calm, the mundanity, things I had forgotten in the pursuit of evolving in the digital cosmos. I dedicated that week to doing things the non-digital Amy would do. Hang out in the park, take urban photographs, savor the burst of different cultures thriving on the city streets, and amidst them, solitude restored an iota of peace in my turbulent, tech-fueled life. I binge-watched TV shows instead of live streaming sessions, cooked meals instead of ordering takeouts between projects, and for once, immersed myself in the three-dimensionality of the real world instead of the virtual one. What had become the background noise of my existence came to the foreground, and the city came alive in a way I hadn't observed in quite a while. A visible world beyond the virtual channels and screens. This week, as I stepped away from the digital whirlpool, stood as a reminder of the importance of balance in life. It was a lesson to slow down sometimes, to just enjoy the journey instead of obsessing over destinations, which served as an important prelude to the ebbs and flows to come. As I kicked my feet up and devoted my attention to a chart-topping novel instead of code reviews and project outlines, I couldn't help but reflect on my life thus far. Seething with both triumphs and hurdles, my journey was an inextricable part of my resilience. I couldn't help but smirk at the thought of the bustling workaholic me trying to explain to the laid-back, all-things-digital Amy that the path isn't all glitz and streamlights. With each passing milestone, I was becoming a more intricate part of the vast digital universe I was so deeply immersed in. getting attracted to the brightest shore of the digital cosmos that called for continuous innovation, I had slowly drifted from conventional norms of a 9-to-5 life, falling headlong into a deep pool of creativity and technological wizardry. Remembering back to the early days at NYU, I couldn't have possibly foreseen the path I'd carved for myself in the ever-evolving tech industry. I recalled the wave of fear as I established my footing in this competitive field. I thought about the first time I hit the Go Live button on Twitch, my stomach filled with butterflies at the thought of thousands of eyes on me. There have been trials, like the crunch time on that intense VR game development project. There was also the time I deftly managed a troublesome technical glitch during a live streaming session. Yet, each troubled memory was dwarfed by the overwhelming triumphs I had tasted in digital arts. I remembered the jubilation, no, elation of gaining recognition for creating extraordinary 3D assets. The feeling of exhilaration when my Twitch follower count hit an all-time high, I wouldn't trade that for the world. My success was not just mine. It felt more like a shared victory. Every Twitch follower, every subscriber, every supportive fellow artist has been a brick in my skyscraper of accomplishments. Every beep of my system and tap on the keys, every encouraging comment on my streams felt like small drops creating ripples in the vast ocean of tech. And here I was, navigating my ship through the waves of innovation and unprecedented growth. Despite the headwinds, I was soaring towards my goal, slowly but surely. My break allowed me to reconnect with the reason why I put my heart and soul into digital arts in the first place. It was more than just earning a livelihood. It was the love of creating, connecting, and watching my ideas come alive in the digital realm. Pausing amidst the anarchy, I heeded the echoes of my previous life and looked forward to the next chapter with renewed vigor and eager anticipation for what's to come.